Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Let me get back into the center. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So right now the time is approximately 10:20 or 10:30? 10:20 p.m. And the 2 looked like a 3, what can I say? 10:20 p.m. and the current date is Wednesday, July 12th, 2017. So first, I would like to acknowledge my newest YouTube channel subscriber, and I love this name. Are you ready for this? It's a bit long, but I love it. Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. Isn't that Sophia's? Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. It's like it makes me want to dance. Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. Jennifer Ball's Spiritual Garage. Hey! Like the club. I'm at the club. Okay. I enjoyed seeing this. I'm looking forward to getting into her channel. I'm like, I just love it. So yes. Okay. And I did a quick peek of her channel, and I can see that I'm going to have fun with engaging in sacred play with tarot tag videos with her as well. Because, you know, I love Two Spirit when he does a tarot tag or a tarot challenge video. So, and a shout out to Gothica. At some point, I will actually do the series of videos that I promised I would do. And then I will stop shouting out to Gothica. And somebody will be like, he's not shouting out to Gothic anymore? Oh, the bitch finally did those videos. Yes, Robert the bitch finally did those videos. It's soon. Okay, so I am very happy to announce that this video is part 4 of the 4 magical and witchy-themed cozy mystery series. It's been a long time coming. And the reason, and I do want to say a little bit, so since part 2, one person on my Google Plus page made a suggestion for exploring a series of cozy mysteries, and somebody had commented on the video, the part 2 video, about a different cozy mystery series. The one who commented on my Google Plus page, I was able to find that cozy mystery series easily and quickly. And the one who commented on the video, I was unable to find that series anywhere. I wasn't able to find it online. I wasn't able to find it in bookstores, which is very frustrating because I remember reading the comment and I was like, I'm so happy this person commented. She's the first and only person to comment on giving me a suggestion for videos to include in this series. So I'm a little bit, you know, and after the fact that nobody else made any suggestions, I said, you know what, I am going to go all out, dive so deep, dive so high, and I subscribed to a cozy mystery series blog, a WordPress blog, mind you, and I looked at cozy mystery blogs of other kinds, and I did searches on the internet for cozy mysteries, and I found tons. And the crazy thing is that most of the ones I found on those WordPress blogs and other blogs sounded wonderful. Could not find them anywhere. Like, I could not find them in bookstores. Some of them I couldn't even find on the internet. And if I found them on the internet, I couldn't find them in, like, physical form. Because, you know, even though I have an Android Lenovo brand tablet, and even though I have an Amazon Kindle Touch, you know, I'm not going to do something like, oh, and here's this video, and here's this particular cozy mystery series, because that just like seems silly to me. It does seem silly to me. So yeah, so but I want you to know that I'm still looking for other cozy mystery series that have a magical theme, that have a witchy theme. I've begun to broaden my horizons a little bit. So now I've begun to include bookstore and book-themed cozy mystery series, and also any cozy mystery series that prominently feature a cat. Although there is one that is witchy-themed and magical and features a dog, and I love this dog. Very cute dog. I would happily have fun with this dog. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So right now, I can tell you that I have books for part 5 of this official series of YouTube videos. But part 6, I'm not sure, because since part 2, I have found very few additional cozy mystery series that either have a magical theme, a witchy theme, a paranormal, no, I don't want to say paranormal theme, a ghost theme, another kind of theme. But again, you know, for me personally, I have a thing about, if I'm reading a series of novels, I want to start from the very beginning. I don't want to read the 3rd one. I don't want to read the 9th one first. I don't want to read the 13th one first. I want to begin with the very first novel in the series. And some bookstores will not have that, depending upon when it was published, where the bookstore is located. And, you know, sometimes I find things, or sometimes things find me. So it just depends. And I do want to stick to making them primarily magical and witchy themed, or if they have a mystical type of theme, you know, like divination or ghosts. You know, ghosts have become a lot more prominent, you know, in my home. And not just human ghosts. You know, my apartment has become this way station for deceased dogs and cats. And it's crazy. I'm like, you know, all of a sudden I will feel, and you know, given how stupidly hot the weather has been, I would enjoy having a little bit of a chill. You know, like really, I would love to have a little bit of a chill. But yeah, so there have been a lot of spirits that have been in and around my apartment, and and lately they have been deceased dogs and cats mostly. And it's like this is the way station before they're gonna go to, you know. Well, with dogs, I always associate them with Hecate, who's the Greek goddess of magic, prophecy, and the crossroads. And with cats, of course, Bastet, the ancient Egyptian cat-headed goddess of cats and music and drama and dance. Drama like, you know, theater, as opposed to drama, trauma, melodrama, or DTM for short. And, you know, so yeah, so it's either Hecate or Bastet, who's created this lovely world for them. But yeah, so anyway, so with that being said, here are, and I'm very happy to say that all 4 of these do have a magical theme, or a witchy theme, or a mystical theme, or whatnot. So, first we have The Ghost and Mrs McClure by Cleo Coyle, writing as Alice Kimberly. And look at this beautiful tabby on the cover. You can see that, right? Yes. Okay, this is a haunted bookshop mystery, and it is first in the series. And yet another Berkeley prime crime book. The spirit is willing to catch a killer. Young widow Penelope Thornton McClure and her old Aunt Sadie are making ends meet by managing a mystery bookshop, a quaint Rhode Island landmark rumored to be haunted. Pen, short for Penelope, may not believe in ghosts, but she does believe in good publicity, like nabbing Timothy Brennan for a book signing. But soon after the best-selling thriller writer reveals a secret about the store's link to a 1940s murder, he keels over dead, and right in the middle of the store's new community event space. That's not a good thing. Who gives Mrs. McClure the first clue that it was murder? The bookstore's full-time ghost, a PI murdered on the very spot more than 50 years ago. Is he a figment of Penn's overactive imagination? Nope. Or is the oddly likable fedora-wearing specter the only hope Penn has to solve the crime? You can bet your everlasting life on it. I love these puns! I love these puns! So there's Mr. P.I. Fedora. There's the heather gray, dark gray tabby. And you know, there you have a crystal sphere with a book inside. So I want to thank James, or as I know him, Anugi, for recommending this series. I must admit, you know, after my ghost banging video, I'm like, I don't want to deal with any more ghosts. But you know what? Clearly the ghosts want to spend time with me, and I'm like, all right, you got some shit for me, all right. So I really got into reading the synopsis of this, and I enjoyed this more than I thought I would. So, no, I haven't read it yet, but I really enjoyed, I was getting excited about reading this novel, about reading this cozy mystery. So I'm going to enjoy this very much. Okay, next we have Spellbooked, A Retired Witch's Mystery by Joyce and Jim Levine. And this is the first in the Retired Witch's Mystery series. Look at all these cats and these sacred tools. You have the crystal sphere. You have the spell books. You have the sacred flame. You have a bottle filled with an elixir or a potion that has a cork stopper. You have other potion bottles. You have a few cauldrons. You have a mortar and pestle next to this ghostly silver white cat. You have a skeleton. You have a skull. I'm not big on skulls and skeletons, but it's okay. Santísima Muerte is the closest I get into skulls and skeletons, but that's another story. Okay. I should count the number, and if you have a cauldron and the hearth fire, but anyway. Once upon a time in Wilmington, North Carolina, 3 witches ran a curio shop named Smuggler's Arcane. But as the years passed, their magical powers started to fade, leaving them no choice but to conjure up a retirement package. Double, double, toil and trouble. Before they could blink their eyes or twitch their noses, Molly, Elsie, and Olivia somehow became eligible for AARP. But they can't fly off to Boca Raton just yet. First, they must give up their magic, recruit and train 3 new witches, and pass on their cherished spell book. They've barely begun to consider potential practitioners when Olivia winds up dead and their spell book is stolen. Now, some people just should know better. You don't touch a witch's spell book. You leave it the fuck alone. I've heard stories. Anyway, but that's another kind of video. To honor their friend and reclaim their spells, Molly and Elsie are about to go wand to wand with a dangerous young witch, more powerful than the trio was in their prime. And this time they're going to need more than magic up their sleeves. So I am very excited about this because, you know, first of all, my definition of retirement is when I am retired in the ground or in my tomb. That's when I will officially retire. That's when I will do nothing else. This was one of those surprises. I remember a few months ago, I was at one of my homes away from home, the Barnes & Noble booksellers in Union Square in the Lower East Side section of Manhattan. Actually, that's not really the Lower East Side. That's like East Village type of deal, but or Union Square to make it simpler. And I was spending time with a friend of mine who was visiting from Europe, after we had the honor and pleasure of seeing the Reverend Yolanda perform. And of course, you know, I love that place. It is a home away from home. Never heard of these authors before. I'm like, oh, you know. So I'm looking forward to getting into this series. I've seen 3 in this series so far. So now I'm going to take a sip of Café Bustelo. You know, I love you know it was coming up somewhere. Oh, yes. And in case you forgot, something beautiful is indeed on the horizon. You cannot just have one sip of café at Chez Robert. Okay, now, this one I've been meaning to read for a while. A Potion to Die For by Heather Blake. First in a new series. And it is... I don't even know the series. The Magic Potion Mysteries. I'm like, wait a minute. It's got to be called something. It's the Magic Potion Mysteries. Now, why does the name Heather Blake sound familiar to you? Because she is also the author of the Witchcraft Mystery series. But yes, A Potion to Die For is first in the Magic Potion Mystery series. A little dab will do you in. Making sure there's not another pun that I don't want to forget. Okay. As the owner of Little Shop of Potions, isn't that so cute? A magic potion shop specializing in love potions, Carly Bell Hartwell finds her product more in demand than ever. A local soothsayer has predicted that a couple in town will soon divorce, and now it seems every married person in Hitching Post, Alabama, I'm not making that up, Hitching Post, Alabama, wants a little extra matrimonial magic to make sure they stay hitched. But when Carly finds a dead man in her shop clutching one of her potion bottles, she goes from most popular potion person to public enemy number one. In no time, the murder investigation becomes a witch hunt. Yeah, I know. Literally. Now Carly is going to need to brew some serious sleuthing skills to clear her name and find the real killer before the whole town becomes convinced her potions really are to die for. I love the word. I'm a fan of clever writing. What can I say? I am very excited to get into this series. And she does have another witchy magical themed series. And when I find the first book in that series, I will happily include that. Maybe I can include that in part 5. Or maybe even part 6, if there actually is going to be a part 6. And this one I found courtesy of one of the several cozy mystery blogs that I found and used for research purposes sometime between part 2 and part 3, as well as between part 3 and this video, part 4. Abby Cooper, Psychic Eye. She Can See Right Through You. By Victoria Laurie, and it is first in the Psychic Eye mystery. Now, of course, there aren't a lot of cozy mysteries with a psychic theme, so as a professional psychic, I really got into this one. You'd think being clairvoyant would give Abigail Cooper the ability to avoid danger, one would think, wouldn't it? But being psychic doesn't necessarily allow you to sidestep murder and mayhem. So far, I have. Thank you, Goddess. It just lets you know that they're coming. In Royal Oak, a suburb of Detroit, as in Michigan, 30-something Abby Cooper lives a life that's kind of like vanilla ice cream. Good enough, but a little bland. Her work as a PI, psychic intuitive, can be rewarding, but she feels like somehow she's missing out on the hot fudge topping. I can relate. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on the hot fudge topping. And then I take a nap and I get over it. Now she's getting what she wished for. When a client winds up dead and the clues start pointing in Abby's direction, turns out she knows too many details about the murder for her own good. Duh. To make matters worse, the hot blind date she just met is the lead investigator on the case, and gorgeous Detective Dutch Rivers is convinced she's a fraud. Isn't that always the way? No matter how great her psychic abilities, Abby doesn't know if she can solve this case. Unfortunately for her, though, the killer thinks she can. That means there's like a bullseye on her psychic eye. No, I haven't read this yet, but I will tell you I look forward to reading these, but right now I'm reading these. So, I finally began reading Brownies and Broomsticks, first in the Magical Bakery Mystery Series by Bailey Cates, and I am enjoying it very much. And Honeybee is the name of this cat, who is Aunt Lucy's feline familiar. And like every cat, he's got personality. And then I am reading The Witch and the Dead by Heather Blake, and this is number 7 in the Witchcraft Mystery Series, and boy am I enjoying it. I'm savoring it because you can see, you know, how little I've read thus far. I'm at the beginning of chapter 6. And, given my love for coffee, how could I resist Death by Coffee, a bookstore cafe mystery by Alex Erickson, as in Mr. Alex Erickson. I wanted to point that out because there aren't a lot of men that write cozy mysteries. It is the first in the bookstore cafe mystery series, and I don't remember if that's Trouble or if that's Misfit. I think that's Trouble. Yeah, because Trouble is the cat that lives in the bookstore cafe. Misfit is the one that lives with Chrissy Hancock. And let me assure you, those of us that love cats, these cats are appropriately named. He is absolutely Trouble, and the other one is absolutely Misfit. And Misfit has a bit of an attitude problem. You know, he does not want to use the litter box, so he will pee and do something else wherever he wants. Especially if Chrissy has left him alone all day. Because heaven forbid she should work to like support the home in which he lives, right? Right. I know a lot of cats that have an attitude problem. Oh, there's a screen behind me. I can't look at her. You know who I mean. The Dark Queen herself. Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of cozy mysteries, so I recently found out about a subscription box service, or a box subscription service, featuring cozy mysteries. It's called Murder, She Sent. And I'm very excited about it. It's in the final stages before officially launching in September, if I'm not mistaken, September of this year. You know, I shouldn't be surprised. You know, as much as I love the thought of having a Magickal subscription box series, Magickal box subscription, I'll figure it out. Sometime between this video and my next video, whatever that video is about. Or a food subscription box service. I should have known that I would have one for books. I will include the link in the description box. I'm very excited about it. The focus will be on cozy mysteries. And I don't want to say her name just in case I don't remember her name correctly or how she prefers being called. It is after 10 o'clock, so part of me like wants to take a shower and like relax a little bit before going to bed. But I will say this, you know, she has a lot of great ideas for making the subscription box service really pop. She sent an introductory email to all those who expressed an interest in it. And she has a Twitter account, she has a Facebook page, and she has an Instagram account. So guess which ones I've been visiting and guess which one I have not been visiting. If you guessed Facebook as the one that I'm not visiting, you are correct. And those of you who've watched those videos, you know why. I've been enjoying her Instagram posts very much. And I've been enjoying the level of excitement that I'm experiencing with regards to that subscription service. I should have known that I would choose books over magical tools and food. Because really, I would. I'd buy books, then I'd buy food, then I'd pay the rent. Yeah. But anyway, let me go through my notes. So, I hope you enjoyed this fourth part, this fourth installment of 4 Magickal and Witchy-themed cozy mystery series. I do have enough books for a part 5, and I think I have 1 or 2 for part 6. Part 6 is a question mark, it really is, because I've had so much difficulty finding new ones and finding ones that have that theme that are available. But in the meantime, If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I invite you to do so. And make sure that notifications are turned on, meaning that you subscribe and you will find out, you'll receive either an email notification or a mobile notification, but make sure if it's mobile, like if it's a tablet or a smartphone, that push notifications are turned on. Otherwise you'll be like, I didn't know he posted a new video, because you didn't turn on the post notifications. But subscribing will make it easier, because that way you'll see it in your email, and you'll see it in your I don't know if it's called dashboard, but that's the common term for like your home page of a social media platform or whatever. And you'll see, like, yeah, you know, you'll see my name, and you'll see a number, and that number will refer to the number of videos that I've uploaded since the last time you clicked on my channel. So if you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. If you have not already scheduled a reading with me, whether it is an in-person reading for you, if you happen to live or are visiting the New York City area, or if you want a phone reading or a Skype reading, I highly recommend you do so. Historically, I am at my busiest September through December. When I began leading group prosperity classes on a monthly basis, I found that I stopped having a lull from January to February, and I became as busy March through August as I normally am September through December, and became 3 times busier September through December. I can tell you that there are some people that have been using my psychic services for more than 10 years, and every once in a while they forget how fast I book up, and then they're like, so can we make it this date? I'm like, well, I was available on that date when I gave you that date 3 weeks ago, but I'm not available on that date now. And they actually asked me, what do you mean you're not available? Well, why not? Well, because somebody scheduled an appointment, and that somebody wasn't you. That's why I'm no longer available. You know, so if you want, I'm telling you, if you want the appointment, schedule it, because I know what happens. People forget. They think they have all the time in the world, and it's like, I mean, Robert doesn't give readings anymore. Robert doesn't give readings anymore? What are you talking about? Don't say I didn't tell you. But anyway, thank you, YouTube, for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish you a beautiful evening. I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you a wonderful weekend. And may the universe shower you and yours with blessings and gifts and miracles. Thank you and good night.